You're living at work, you're living from work, you're living to work, and the entire world has gone on. I remember a few years ago, maybe about 15 or 20, there was a company, and I don't remember the company or where it was, but I remember they had made things so convenient for their employees. They had restaurants on campus, they had gyms on campus, they even had sleeping accommodations for people where they could stay in the event, they had to work late, they had daycare, they had all of these things at work.
Was
And
that Google, Erica?
but then when you sit back and you think, it's like, baby, you're living to work. You're living at work, you're living from work, you're living to work. And the entire world has gone on. I mean, you get to the point where you're working so much, you don't know when it's going to rain. You don't know what the weather is. You look up and it's like, oh my God, it's the kid's birthday again
Yep.
already. Everything has gone by because you put yourself in this place of bubble work. And let's face it, we do have to make a living. Absolutely, we have to make a living. However, but when do you start living? You're making a living, but you don't get a chance to live off of what you've made. And it becomes a point of scaling back. We have to get to a place where, you know what, poly work, extra work, it's not going to make it because the more money you make, the more taxes are coming out. Are you really making extra money? So it gets to the point where we have to start reassessing life and say, hey, I'm going to scale back. I'm not going to get my nails done anymore. Hey, you know what? For about 6 months, I'm going to do my own hair. And those things that I would have spent extra money on, I'm going to take that money and still withdraw it and put it to the side and see how much I would have wasted yet kept, and see how we can reapply that money to something else. But poly jobs, poly careers, it's just not going to work. It's just not.